Hi, I'm Lisa and thanks for dropping by my channel, The Southern Seamstress. I hope everyone's been doing well since my last video. Here in Arkansas, we're continuing to have a lot of pretty spring-like weather. I do believe that winter is pretty much behind us. In today's video, I'd like to share with you some really pretty fabrics that I had ordered from Stonemountain Daughter Fabrics. This was my first order from this company. I had heard about it from some other sewists on YouTube, and so I checked out their website, and they do offer some really pretty fabrics. I believe when I did my order, they were having a 20% off sale. This company is located in Berkeley, California. Shipping only took about a week. Now, I did think that their shipping cost was a little bit expensive. It was $30. I thought that was a little expensive from shipping from California to Arkansas. I've made a couple of orders from Guthrie & Ghani, which is in the UK, and their shipping has always been like $20. So $30 did seem a little expensive. But other than that, I thought their prices were pretty comparable with like Guthrie & Ghani and the Sewing Studio. So I have 8 different pieces of fabric to share, and they're pretty much for spring and summer garments. I did select one fabric that is more of a cooler weather fabric. I'll also be sharing some patterns that I might use with each of these fabrics. So the first fabric I want to show you is this cotton polyester quilted double knit. I ordered this because I thought it was a little unusual, and also I do like to wear gray. So on one side it's kind of a medium gray, I guess, and it has this little diamond stitch running through it that has a little bit of a darker gray thread. But on the other side, it has a black and white stripe. So I thought that was kind of unusual. It is a quilted knit, but it's still not super bulky. It's just kind of a medium weight. Now this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to be making with it. Even though they call it a knit, it doesn't have much stretch. So I don't think that this fabric would work well, you know, like for a neckband or for cuffs. So I need to find a pattern for knits, maybe like some sort of cardigan or jacket that the neckbands don't have to stretch. Now I could put a solid black rib knit for a neckband, but I think I'm going to be having the gray as the main fabric, and then I want to make something that maybe like the sleeves fold back and shows this side, or maybe they have some patch pockets, or even like a shawl collar or something that flips back and to show this striped side. So I think this will be really cozy and warm. It's really soft. So I'll have all summer to think about that, because I'll be saving this piece to make during the fall. So I would say that fabric has the most muted color of all the ones I ordered, because the rest are really bright, I think, and cheery. I seem to be drawn to a lot of pinks and roses and violets. I think if I had a color analysis, I would be a true summer. So I think all these prints that I picked out really go with that season. Now, most of the fabrics I picked out have some amount of stretch, but I did get a couple of pieces that are just woven without stretch. Now, I thought this was a really pretty print, and it's called the Banyan Batik Love to Wear Rayon. So it's a rayon blend, and they call the color Pink Punch. So it has varying shades from anywhere from like a burgundy to just like sort of a light to medium rose, and then some different rose shades in between. Now, I believe this fabric is just 45 inches wide. I think all the rest of the fabrics were around 58 inches. And so I did order more of this fabric. I think I have 2 1/4 yards. For this fabric, I'm considering using Style Arc's Eileen dress pattern. I bought this pattern a few months ago when it was on sale, and it's a dress pattern, but before I make the dress, I wanted to maybe just use the top part and extend it a little bit in length and make a blouse to see how it fit and how I liked it before I would do a whole dress. So I think this is drapey enough that it would work out well for that pattern. That pattern's fairly loose and flowy, and on the bottom of the short sleeves it has some shearing elastic, and I haven't done any shearing with elastic, so that would be like a new technique I could learn. Now the next fabric I want to share is this really pretty floral. It was a designer dead stock fabric, and it's a visco spandex jersey. So it's fairly light and it's pretty stretchy. And they call the pattern Raspberry Gray Bouquet. So I really like charcoal gray, and I liked, even though that this was dark colors, that it has a little bit of white, because in the summer I like to wear a lot of white jeans, white pants, white shorts, and I think this would look good with all of those. Now for this fabric, I'm thinking about making a pattern I've made last summer, and that is the Lori pleated tee by Name Patterns. I made a video last summer where I made it in a really pretty floral. It had pinks and grays and whites. It was a lightweight jersey knit, and I didn't like working with the knit itself because it creeped and crawled and was just kind of a pain. But I did love the finished t-shirt when I got it done. I love the little pleats across the front. It's pretty blousy. It looked really summery and springy. And that pattern does suggest using a really lightweight jersey. And so of all the knits that I ordered, this is the lightest weight. So I think it's flowy enough. Now I don't think I'll have that problem where it just creeps around and moves around. I think this will sew up nicely. So I'm thinking about making the Lori pleated tee with this fabric. Now the next three pieces of fabric I'm going to share are all cotton spandex, and they're all perfect for, you know, some type of knit top. The first one is called Boho Quest Night. I really love this design. It looked very familiar to me. I thought I'd seen it on Guthrie & Ghani, but I know I don't have it. It's got a really dark charcoal background, and I just love all these colors that are in it. The raspberry, the kind of a muted teal blue, and of course it's got the white, so it's going to really look good with white shorts and jeans. It's got a little bit of pale pink and yellow. I don't wear those colors by themselves, but I think they look good in this print. It's got some bright yellow also, and I love how this forms stripes with these little pink dots, and then you've got the kind of yellowish dots here. So I think to showcase this fabric, I'm just going to do a pretty simple tee. And recently Style Arc had their Amazon patterns, I think 20% off, and I got a few then. So they are the paper patterns, and I'm not going to have to print them off. They're not PDF. I don't have to print them off. I can just cut out the pattern pieces. So I'm always excited about getting a pattern that's not PDF. So the t-shirt pattern that I bought was the Gem Knit Tee. Now this had a lot of good reviews. They said kind of that it's kind of in between a fitted and relaxed tees. So I think the top part of the tee is fairly fitted, but then it has a more relaxed fit under the bust and down to the hips. And that's the sort of t-shirt I usually get when I'm buying ready-to-made t-shirts, you know, that has some fit, but it's not super tight. The next cotton spandex fabric I purchased was this real pretty little dainty floral that has multiple shades of rose or kind of a rose raspberry. It's got a really deep one, and then it's got even lighter medium shades. I think those are all pretty. It's got a little bit of green for the leaves, and then it's on a white background. And these cotton spandex fabrics, they're just they're fairly lightweight They're not bulky at all. So I think they will all make really good t-shirt type tops. Now for this one, I'm thinking about using an itch to stitch pattern that I purchased last year, but I never got it made up. And it is the Isidro, I'm not sure if that's exactly how to pronounce it, top. And it's a real cute little summer top that kind of gathers along the neckline, and then it's got these little flutter sleeves. So I think that pattern would be best made in a solid or either a small print. And this is the smallest print that I ordered. And I think that will make a really cute top with the little fluttered sleeves. And everyone that's reviewed it has really liked it and said it was easy and a favorite top of theirs. So the last cotton spandex knit that I ordered is this another floral. But it's sort of a larger floral. I really like this one. Of course, it's got the pinks. It's got kind of a turquoisey teal. It also has the sage green that I really love. And one reason I ordered this was, although I do love to wear like white pants and shorts, I also have some cream colored jeans that I like to wear and cream colored shorts. And this fabric kind of has an ivory cream in it instead of white. So I think this will be perfect for those pants or shorts when I wear those. Now this print has little rows of specks. They're kind of this taupey color running down it, which almost makes it look like it's perforated. You know, like you would find in like a sporty top or something, but it's not perforated. It is solid, but it gives it kind of a neat appearance. So for this, I thought I might make up another itch to stitch pattern. It's one that I made last fall or the end of the summer. It's the Islera top, and I made the long sleeve version. And I like it because it has a kind of a square neckline, so that's a little bit different than your basic tee. And it also has raglan sleeves. But that pattern, you can make it in long sleeves, short sleeves, or 3/4 sleeves. So this time I'd like to make the short sleeve version of it. So I think that pattern would showcase this fabric really well, this design. It's also nice to make a pattern that you've already used before, because then you kind of know already you know, how, if you need to make it longer or shorter, or if you need to go up a size or down a size, or what you made before was exactly right, you can just go and make it. So I like it that it saves you some time. Plus I've also already got the pages printed out and the pattern put together, so that will make the project go a lot quicker. So I've got 2 more pieces of fabric to share, and they are both solids. Another style art pattern that I got recently on sale is the Beth Stretch Woven Pant pattern. Now this is for woven fabric, but it needs to have some stretch to it. I really like the wide waistband of these pants, and also the diagonal lines that the pockets create. And I think the legs will be just right. They're not, you know, skinny legs. They are straight legs, but I think they may be slightly tapered at the bottom. But I think they will work really well for summer. And what I chose to make those out of is this real pretty wine color fabric. This is a Lady McElroy design. It's a cotton spandex stretch denim. I'd say it's sort of a light to medium weight denim, and it does have some stretch, but it's not super stretchy. And they call this color wine. I thought this would be really pretty for summer pants. And I think this fabric with the dark gray and the raspberry shades, it also has some purple and wine colors. I think that might go well with those pants. So I think that charcoal color floral will look nice, or just a plain white t-shirt or a solid white summer top will go well with this, or grays. So I think that those will be fun to make, because since I've started sewing again, I don't think I've made any pants, and I haven't worked with stretch denim before, but I think it will sew up nicely. So the last fabric I want to share is also a designer deadstock. And it's a textured linen rayon blend, and they call this color Thistle. It's just a pretty kind of medium muted purple or lavender purple, I guess. But I thought that would be pretty for summer. It's got a nice drape to it, and it's fairly lightweight. It has the texture of linen, but I don't think it'll be as wrinkly as linen. For this fabric, I'm thinking about using another style art pattern. When I got the style art patterns on sale the other day, the third one is called the Ethel Designer Top. It is for woven fabrics. They say it's pretty oversized, and I noticed a lot of the reviewers are sizing down a size. So that's probably what I'll do. And I think one of the suggested fabrics is linen. And I think this pattern also will look better in a solid than a print. The back and the front kind of have like a triangle section in it, and then the little sleeves just extend or from the shoulder. They're not set-in sleeves. And then I think everything kind of has a facing attached to it, the neck, the sleeves, and maybe the bottom. I believe too on those inserts in the middle section that it calls for you to top stitch it. So when I ordered this, I did have them match up some thread for me. So I've got some thread that's almost the same color as the fabric. So I think that will make a really pretty breezy blouse to wear during the hot summer months. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you've ordered anything from Stonemountain and Daughter, and also if you've made any of the patterns that I've mentioned. I would especially like to hear if you made any of the style art patterns, and if you did you size down a size? I also wanted to mention that I just saw where Style Art is running a 20% off sale on all of their PDF patterns and printed patterns on their website, on Amazon, and they carry some on Etsy. So they have them across the board. They're 20% off, and it's from March 16th through the 23rd. So if you've had your eye on any style art patterns, this would be a great time to get them. Now, Amazon doesn't carry all of the style art patterns. They just carry a certain selection. But I really like it when they do have one that I like because then I can order it with free shipping and get a printed pattern, and then I'll have one less pattern that I have to tape together. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing about the different fabrics that I ordered and the patterns that I'm thinking about using. This past week I've been sewing up some of the kitchen projects that I'm going to be putting in my kitchen gift idea video part 2. I did part 1 a few weeks ago, and I plan to release the part 2 video in about a week, so probably a week after this video. I've got almost all the projects sewn up, and I think they're really cute. I think you're really going to enjoy them. I think they will make great gifts to give others or to make for yourself. I'm also in the process of thinking about what garments I want to make in April. April is kind of a transitional month for the weather here in Arkansas. We could have some really cool days where it's 50 degrees. We might have some days where it's 90 degrees. So I'm looking through all my patterns and fabrics to see which ones are kind of more transitional between winter and spring. So I'll be doing a video on my plans for April in a couple of weeks. So as always, I thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. And I would love for you to leave me some comments. I really do enjoy reading those and responding back. So until I see you in my next video, take care and happy sewing.